Aloha. You are listening to the Rolling Vets podcast by veterans for veterans and civilians alike. I'm Lucas Motz, your co-host, and I'm flanked by my Marine veteran peer, Chris Ellis, and our special guest, Denny Krochmal. We would like to extend an invitation to you, the listener, to journey inside of our realm to discover what it means to be a rolling vet. So here we are. Yeah, another episode.
What's going on?
Yeah, we have the famous Denny Krochmal, the man, the myth, the legend. So you
one
served
of the wildest guys I served with.
Yeah, you served with. Yeah,
I was just getting ready to say the shit that I had to do to get that name.
Yeah. And we're definitely gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. And I'm finally glad we got you on here because, like, dude, it is never a dull moment for sure. Like with you, and it's always go. It's always something. It's always something fucking hilarious usually. So that's all good news, all good things. And we'll start out. So you're originally from Ohio?
Originally from Ohio, born and raised in Medina. Lived here all my life until I joined, obviously. Medina.
So
is that like a small town?
Got you in.
What's up?
Is like Medina? Is that like a smaller kind of town?
No. Medina's a big town. My graduating class was like 900 kids.
Holy
that's
shit.
Not a small town.
God damn.
It's pretty big. It's a big town.
900 kids?
900 kids, but it's like super, it sounds big, but a lot of people know, you still kind of know everyone, you know what I mean? Just a very tight-knit community, so
yeah.
It's cool. It's a great place to raise a family.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is. In high school, everyone's like, bro, there's nothing to do around here. And you can't ever do shit, bro. I'm 26 years old now in the square. So we have like a little square, right? We've got some bars up there, some restaurants, some cool shit. So, now it's cool. You can go up there with the family and kick it. And, everybody's having fun. We have an ice carving festival. Like it's mad cool, bro. Looking back, I'm kind of not sad, but disappointed that I didn't go do more shit like in the square. Because when there's something going on in the square, bro, the whole fucking community's there, bro.
Yeah. The town square, man. That sounds so fucking like medieval.
Yeah, bro, the town square. They used to like fucking burn people with the fucking stake up there and shit.
God damn.
I definitely.
What's your dog doing, dude?
He's invading the podcast.
You still have peanut butter left on your fucking.
Oh man, yeah.
That's one thing I always like about those small towns. Like mine's the same way. We have a courthouse up here and shit. And every once in a while, like every once a year, they'll do they call it a jubilee, and this big little fucking carnival up there, and all the fucking square will be up there full of everybody, all the nasties up there and shit.
Okay.
I was gonna say, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The jubilee sounds redneck as shit.
Dude, it is. It is redneck.
Jubilee
does sound. A jubilee.
Hey, a fucking jubilee. I get them all up here to the jubilee. I got fucking cousins up here.
Hey, we're in the same state, bro.
Yeah, the mouth breather state, dude. The fucking mouth breather state. I've always referred to as hot. You guys pretty much, I think, just you two are the only people I think that I am actually like decent friends with besides like some of the other guys that we knew that were from Ohio. And like you guys are the only two guys that weren't just complete fucking weirdos. I'm sorry if you're from Ohio and you're listening to this shit, but your chances are like it's pretty high that you're a fucking mouth breather because that's all that comes out of there, man. And I remember fucking like right before, I'm not sure what was the master sergeant that we had fucking after Butler.
Master Sergeant
Simon.
No, after Simon. Applegate, yeah, dude. I remember
that dude was mad cool.
Yeah, he was cool. He was definitely cool. But my first impression of him was like I was in like KMI for just who I just showed up to work that day. It was just one of those days I showed up.
Very few.
That dude got me out of a lot of shit.
Really?
I mean, I fucked up so bad, dude, and he got me out of it.
Yeah, I mean he's a pretty solid dude. I just thought he didn't like me because the first time I met him. It was like the first time Weiss met him too. So we were like in the KMI office and I was like on the computer in there because I needed to fill out some like fucking documents or some shit, probably some like broken gear statements and whatnot. And he came in there, and I was like, "Oh, Master, like, no, I'm Corporal Moss. Nice to meet you." Blah blah. And we're introducing, and Evan's asking him all these questions, and Evans goes, he's like, "So where have you been? Like, what were your previous duty stations?" And blah blah. And he's like, "Yeah, I did recruiting in Ohio." And I was like, "Recruiting in Ohio?" I was like, "Only fucking mouth breathers come out from Ohio, like, come from Ohio, like." So like you must have been, just filling the Marine Corps with all these mouth breathers. And he's like, "Oh, actually, my wife is from Ohio." And I was like, "Fuck."
You stupid son of a bitch.
Great fucking first impression.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm checking out. And only 2 signatures that I do not have on my fucking checkout sheet are the battalion commander and the XO.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to schedule a time for them.
Oh, I just fucking walked in that bitch.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't, because everybody saw me walk in the blockhouse and they're like, "Yeah, do you have a time scheduled to be in here? Because you can't be in here." I'm like, "Oh."
Wait, before we get to the checkout sheet, didn't something happen with you? Didn't you leave on terminal and had to come back or something? Or did you just go on leave and you came back?
No, I go on leave. No. Okay, so I put in for terminal, okay?
Yeah.
So I put in for terminal. They approve it. And I'm like, "All right, sweet, I'm out."
Yeah.
So I leave, but how did that work out now?
Because I remember you had to come back to finish something.
I had to come back, yeah. And I'm like, "Bro, what the
Your
fuck?"
ass back. That same shit happened to me. I got fucking called. It was probably like 2 weeks after I got out. I'm probably more than that, probably 3 weeks or so. And fucking Gonzalez calls me and is like, "Hey, bro, like the dumbass new lieutenant wanted you to come back." And I was like, "For what?" It's like, "For the field op." And the lieutenant came out and was like calling off names on the roster. It was like Sergeant Ellis, and then they're like, "Oh, he's on terminal leave." I'm like, "We need him back." He's like, "No, it's not how it works." Like he stays gone. Like the fucking lieutenant didn't understand what the fuck terminal leave was, and he's like, "No, bring him back." And Gonzalez called me. I was like, "Dude, fucking buy my ticket. I'll come back for a fucking op for a couple weeks." I'm like, fuck it.
No, fuck that, dude.
You're crazy, bro.
I don't know about
You're
y'all,
nuts,
but I was having fucking nightmares like my first couple like months. I would say my first couple months, like when I got out, I was having nightmares about my checkout sheet, dude. I'd wake up in the middle of in the middle of the night, like in a panic. I'm like, fuck, like where, like I have like what signatures did I not get? Even though I'd already gotten all of them, and I'm already home. I'm already growing a beard. Like I already smoked weed. Like, and I was like, fuck. I was like, how many fucking signatures do I still need?
Bro, that's how Master Sergeant Applegate got me out. They needed a time to go in there. So I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. I'm like, I can't figure out anybody to schedule a time. Bro, tell me the last time you walked in the blockhouse and you had a scheduled time. Never. So I'm like, I don't know how to schedule a time to meet with the fucking battalion commander. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Pencil Man, yeah. Stevie J. Was it Stevie J that was still there?
It was.
No. Oh yeah, probably Stevie J for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Trinity all the way. Anyway, fucking. So I'm like, damn, dude, I can't figure it out. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. So I waited, bro. It's my last day, bro. I get my DD 214 tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have the battalion XO signature, and I get it. They told me to be there 7:30. Get your fucking DD 214. I'm like, sweet. I'm looking at my checkout sheet. I gotta go turn to the last one. They're like, yeah, you don't have the battalion commander signature. I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back. I run right over the S6 blockhouse. I'm like, hey, Captain Boss, sir, yeah, this isn't going. Oh no, you know who it was? Lieutenant Jenkins, dumbass. So he's from Ohio. So I'm like, sir, I don't have the battalion commander's signature. And he's like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna? I was like, what do you mean? What the fuck do you mean, dude? You're gonna walk me over there and get it for me. What are you talking about? He was not having that, bro. So Master Sergeant Applegate walks in, and he's like, what's going on in here? I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a really fucking good first impression. I was like, "Hoorah, Master Sergeant. Yeah, I'm Corporal Krochmal, so I don't have the battalion commander or the XO signature." He's like, all right, Devil Dog, when do you get out? I said, well, I pick up my DD 214 in about 12 hours. So I kind of need this shit. He's like, all right, let's go. So we walked over there and we walked right in. He's like, hey, sir, hoorah, this Marina does not have your signature. I was like, oh, fuck, bro. I was expecting to get my ass ripped and everything. Yeah. He was like, "Oh, why didn't you just come in?" I said, "Sir, if I'm being honest, I'm glad you asked that question. I've been told for 2 months now that I need to schedule a time with you, and I couldn't figure out how to schedule the time." He's like, "You don't need to schedule a time to see me." I'm like, "Oh, well."
See, I was a fucking IT guy the whole time, so it didn't fucking matter to me. So I just fucking walked in there like, "Hey, what's up, sir? Can I have your signature?"
Yeah,
easy, man.
That's kind of how I think. I don't even really remember checking out with the fucking. I remember checking out with Sergeant Major. That was like a 2-second thing, but I don't remember checking out with fucking. I think somebody took it for me. I think somebody took it from me and walked it over to the office and had it signed and then brought it back to me.
Man, they treat those fucking the CO and the XO like they're fucking the coldest shit moving.
Oh, dude, they really do.
Reason.
It's so sad because the Marine Corps like values and they take pride in the fact that leaders eat last kind of thing. Like if you're basically as an officer, like you're not getting treated too differently from everybody else, and
which
they
is pretty
take pride
crazy
in that.
to me.
Why is that?
Crazy
why do you find that crazy?
Because, bro, I never had a leader that ate last.
Yeah.
Other than Mass Sergeant Butler, Captain Voss.
Yep.
And a couple of sergeants mine. But other than that, fuck. I'd see Stevie J at the fucking being like, "Hey, private, this shit's good, isn't it?"
Yeah, he really was a douche canoe for sure. That guy was something else.
That guy was a fuck, bro. That guy was a fuck. His wife was super cool.
Yeah, I never met his wife.
I did. Me and Mark did. We were down in we were down at Bar 35.
Oh, dude, I love that place.
Bro, Bar 35. The battalion, Stevie J, the XO, and all the lieutenants of all the infantry companies, they were in there, right? So we see them and they see us, bro. And I mean, it's all the lieutenants and they're looking. Obviously, everybody knows who the fuck we are, bro.
Yeah.
Because of our bikes and all the fucking shit we cost.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
reputation. So I
see him. I'm like,
preceded y'all.
I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to say like, what's up? Fuck it, we're at the bar now. What are you gonna do, bitch? So Stevie J's wife come down and she's like, "Hi, do you guys work for my husband?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's straight too, bro. She's straight. She's got a nice body on her.
Right on.
So she's like, "What are you guys drinking?" I was like, "What are you drinking?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm like doing tequila and like tequila sunrises." I'm like, "Let's do like shots of Patron." How about that one time? And she's like, "Okay." So she bought our shots of Patron like for the rest of the night. Me and Mark walked out of fucking hammered.
You and Mark.
Me and Mark.
Dude, some of those wives, some of those like officer wives and stuff, bro, they're fucking wilding out, dude. I was at Kelly's. I was at Kelly O'Neill's one night, and one of my buddies from MCT, and we went to boot camp at the same time. We were different companies, but we're in the same MCT platoon, and he got stationed in Hawaii like long after I did because he was a linguist, so he went to Monterey Bay and then finally got stationed in Hawaii, and it was one of our first times like hanging out since he got to the island. He got there I think during our first deployment, and I took him out like one night. I think we hit like there was a beer fest going on at the time. And then right after we like hit the bars, and we're at the bars, and he's a good looking dude, and he's from I believe he's from North Carolina, so he's got like kind of like that southern drawl, like good looking dude, kind of like movie star looks, and he sits next to this like knockout, like bombshell, like older chick, just total like I guess like for lack of better terms, like MILF status, like straight cougar status. And he's like spitting game to her and shit. She's kind of eating it up or whatever, and she could just tell right off the bat that he's a Marine. And she goes, "You're a Marine?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, just so you know, like I'm divorced from a colonel." And like she literally said that she's like, "I only fuck with senior enlisted and officers." And then he looked over at me, and I'm listening to this whole conversation because it was still pretty early in the night, so there wasn't that many people at Kelly's yet. And he looked over at me and he's like, dude, what do I say? And I was like, dude, tell her that she's never been fucked by a Lance Corporal before. and, so, he looked over at her and he goes, oh, yeah. She's like, yeah. He goes, well, I bet you've never been fucked by a Lance Corporal before. And she was like, she bought him a drink after that.
Did he hit her?
No, he didn't end up going home with her that night. But yeah, she was definitely impressed. She was definitely impressed with that.
That's a bet.
That's solid, dude. That's solid.
I've never when I would go out, I'd never tell people I was
married. Oh no, dude. I mean, we were telling people selling U.S. steel to the southeastern, South Pacific countries.
I used to always tell people, my name is Camilo. I'm from Argentina. I'm over here. You know, I import and export stainless steel.
Latino Blanco.
Yeah. And they're like, where are you from? I was like, Argentina. I'm Argentinian. Soy de Buenos Aires, pero me mudé a América cuando tiene 2 años. They're like, whoa, really? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking Latino gang.
Yeah, dude. It's very much like when you're stationed in Hawaii, it's very much like 50 First Dates, you know, like the first montage in the beginning where he's a different identity with every chick that he meets because there's just tourists like coming every single week. That's exactly how it was like.
That movie was the most accurate representation of my life when I was there.
Yeah. What you fell in love with a chick who couldn't remember you?
Okay, not that part. Okay, that part happened a couple times, but
I've seen you downtown Waikiki plenty of fucking times with a Mark stumbling out of fucking bars.
Usually they were both in matching outfits.
Remember when I used to drive fucking Uber and Lyft and you fucking guys?
This dude. Look, bro, I'm stumbling out of Moose's, bro. Stumbling. I'm drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
I see Chris. He's in his Charger. It was a Charger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see him in his Charger. He's kicking it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's a Lance, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm driving Uber. 2 badass girls get in his car. I'm like, oh my God.
Ride share.
So
Ride share.
Car, bro, I get right up on the window, bro. I'm right up on the window like this. I'm like, you gonna fuck them? Just in the back seat, bro. They're like, whoa, are you our Uber driver? I'm like, oops.
I was like, God damn it, fucking Krochmal. I was like, hey, it's
1
fine.
star.
It's my boy. Nah, they were funny as shit, dude.
But they were bad as fuck. Or I don't know. I was stumbling out of there. So
yeah, like the time I got in my car accident and you came down and you and Mark drink my. I had a bunch of liquor in my trunk. Bro, you guys drink me dry.
Chris, I don't know if you've ever heard this story. So I'm at SOI, right?
Okay.
Now, Mark keeps telling me I got this new boot, Moss. And everyone keeps telling me about Moss, bro. I've heard the name 50 times, bro. I come over there. I haven't seen the motherfucking kid yet. I'm pissed, bro, because I want to yell at him because everybody keeps talking about it. I've never seen him. So I'm like, fuck, bro. I got to go over there and yell at this kid.
Yeah.
So, and obviously I was never like that. I wasn't the fucking, ooh, I'm a fucking corporal. That was never me. But I just want to yell at him because I never met him. So I'm like, fuck, bro. I got to meet this kid. So one night, me and Mark were chilling in our room. And Moss calls him. He's like, bro, Corporal, I need you to come down here because I got in a car accident. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I got in a car accident. I don't know. So Mark tells me, he's like, bro, let's go. I'm like, where are we going? He's like, Moss just got in a fucking car accident. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So we're driving downtown Waikiki, bam, we see him, bro, on the side of the road. It's in this little parking lot, bro. This parking lot was literally like this fucking big, bro.
Yeah,
small as fuck.
Small.
Mark's like, Moss, have you been drinking? He's like, no, Corporal. He's like, do you have any alcohol in your car? And he's like, do you want me to be honest? I'm like, yeah, dickhead. That's why I asked the question. Where's it at? He's like, it's in the trunk. So we popped the trunk. Bro, he's got all kinds of alcohol in here. I'm like, hey, bro, let's have him drive us back and we'll drink and then we'll go out again. We can just pregame. He's like, dude, that's a great idea. So we steal this fuck's alcohol, bro, and we're driving back to base, drinking this fucking alcohol, talking about, yeah, I was the accident, what happened?
Yeah, well, Goody was the one driving. Goody drove down, and
Yeah,
you guys
Goody drove down
basically
with-
just took all. You guys already had your own alcohol, but then took the alcohol from my trunk, and then you're like giving me alcohol while we're driving back, and I still have to talk to fucking. I still have to talk to like the OD. I still have to talk to the fucking people at the gate. Why I'm towing this fucking, car on base, like this totaled car on base. I still have to talk to the Blue Falcons, the fucking,
Yeah.
what are they called again? The military police, the fucking 50. And so I still have to fucking talk to them. And they're like, oh, like, and they're giving me this literally, it's like a fucking 2-liter of like Minute Maid and vodka is basically what they were like passing around. It was like some weird juice and vodka and then they were drinking my shit. And I was like, okay, cool.
And the stupid fuck, bro. He's like, no, I still have to talk to the OOD. I said, look, bitch, you're drinking that. He's like, okay.
Yeah, dude. That was the first night. That was the first night we met. And then after that,
first time I met you. Yeah, you got in a fucking car accident.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you're Moss. You're the one I've been hearing about.
Yeah. And then after that, I just got invited to all like the senior functions, and I was like, okay, cool.
After that, bro, it was going.
Yeah.
After that, it was going. I said, listen, bro, you don't tell anybody that we kick it like this or anything like that, because I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say anything. I'm like, all right, cool. So we're going out this weekend. We'll be out Friday. You can come with us.
Yeah, we had some wild times out there in Hawaii, some wild ass fucking times, and
we had a bitch ass first sergeant tue.
Oh yeah,
Sergeant Major Ray. If you happen to stumble across this, fuck you. I hate you. I've never liked you, bro. Listen to this.
After this.
Hear a funny story.
Yeah.
So I'm in the field, bro. I'm down in Kahuku. I've been there for 3 weeks. And bro, when you're in Cali or you're, in Arizona and you're out in the field, it's one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know that your room isn't a drive away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're 45 minutes from your room, bro, you low-key go internal.
Yeah.
You low-key go internal. So I'm out there. So I've got my chevrons, bro. One of you guys remember this. I know you do. So I've got my chevrons or whatever. I'm out in the field and a 152. So I forget what the fuck I was doing. It was a training with SOI.
Yeah.
And one of the antennas broke. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to put my chevron on. They weren't that far. So obviously you put your chevron in there, it'll fucking pick up.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. When I pulled it out, the fucking thing broke. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, bam. Tossed it in the woods.
Yeah.
So now I only have one on. And my gunny was a salty motherfucker. Gunny, what the fuck is it? Gunny Alcatan. Bro, I have one.
Gunny Alcatraz.
Bro, he's a bad motherfucker, bro. So I'm like, Gunny, I only have one chevron. He's like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Why are you telling me this stupid shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Rock on. So he tells me, he's like, Denny, look, I need you to go.
Are you a lance or a corporal?
No, it's a corporal.
A corporal, okay.
Yeah. I need you to and we didn't wear boot bands out there or anything. Bro, these motherfuckers really did not give a fuck, bro.
Mm.
They were worried about training, and that was it.
Yeah.
If you're training, we don't give a fuck what you look like. I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck it. I mean, I don't have boot bands and nothing. He's like, bro, I need you to go back to K-Bay and get more batteries. Do you think you can do that? I'm like, yeah, because I remember Mark had more batteries in the vault that they weren't using. So I'm like, yeah, I can go back. So I call Mark. I'm like, hey, bro, I need like 8 152 batteries. Can you sign them out to me? He's like, yeah. So I go back, bro. I haven't shaved in a day. And I've got no boot bands. I've got one fucking chevron on. And I walk in, bro. And first sergeant Ray standing right fucking there in front of all the new boots, bro. All the new boots. So I'm walking in. I'm like, we're off, first sergeant. And bro, his face just like he didn't even know what to do. So I just stroll past him casually, and he's like, Corporal Krochmal, get over here. I was like, what's going on, First Sergeant? How you been? And he's like, first of all, get the fucking parade rest. You're gonna come into the shop all fucked up. He's like, one chevron, no boot blousings, no shave, covers not starched, bro, all this shit. I'm like, First Sergeant, I am in the field right now. Don't ask me where I thought that'd be a good idea, because I have no fucking idea. But bro, he starts blazing my ass right in the shop, bro. Lieutenant Voss comes out, he's looking. I'm like,
just at parade rest.
Yeah,
getting your
bitch
shit
ass,
pushed
bro.
in.
Fuck that dude. I hate him.
I never really had my fucking shit pushed in by Ray, because I was never around that motherfucker.
Bro, that was one time, the second best time ever. And this was in Japan. Me and Mark, we have to go get, we're trying to get 117 batteries, right? So we're just walking into random units like, hey, who can I talk to get these batteries ECR'd to us? So they're pointing us to all these people. So we come across this mass sergeant, right? The last place we go, we come across this mass sergeant. And he's like, hey, I'm going to have all my lance corporals take care of the work for you. Can you guys come and sit down in my office? I'm like, yes, Mass Sergeant, bro. We get in there. I'm looking at Mark. I'm like, bro, why are we going in this dude's office? He's like, you guys want water or anything? I'm like, yeah, can I get a water? So he hands it to us. So he starts talking about diamonds are for girls and fucking rifles win wars, da da da.
Yeah.
So we go back. I tell Staff Sergeant Martinez, I was like, hey, Staff Sergeant, I just met the coolest fucking Mass Sergeant ever. He's telling us all this shit. Bro, we had a brief in the theater. Apparently, she told him all this shit, bro. She told him everything. I
remember that brief.
Yeah, bro. I'm assuming it was her because she was the only one we told. I don't know for sure. So me and Mark walk outside and we're standing there. And it's a couple of our Beckwith, we're all in a little circle. And First Sergeant Ray comes up and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, hey, Krochmal, someone told me that you heard that rifles win wars and diamonds are for girls. I was like, yes, First Sergeant, that's what I heard. He's like, who told you that? I was like, this Mass Sergeant from across the base said that, diamonds are for girls and only rifles win wars. And he's not wrong, First Sergeant. And he's like, okay, all right. For the next week, bro, he was on my ass about my sleeves not rolled right. And oh my God, bro, that guy's such a bitch. I'm going to
so obviously for people that don't know what that reference means, First Sergeant has fucking 4 rockers up, fucking 3 rockers down, up. And a diamond in the center.
Yeah.
3 rockers up. Fuck.
Yeah, it's three up, 4. It's 3 up, 4 down, I think, right? 3 up, 4 down.
No, 3 up, 3 down.
3 down, yeah.
Okay.
4 down is a sergeant major. They're a killer.
There you go. Now you still know your ditties, you little fucking boot.
Yeah.
First of all, so
Denny fucking lays in his bed at the position of attention until he hears fucking taps, and then he waits for me to call and be like, just, and then he does the
good night, Chesty Puller.
Good night, Chesty Puller, wherever you are.
Yeah. You're mad at me because I've got discipline.
Put some fucking discipline in your body, Moss.
Dude, I say that all the fucking time, dude. Even when I was at the summer camp last year, when I was working with kids,
Weren't they autistic?
No, dude, no. I mean, some of them maybe, but
I'm being serious. You were working with special kids, weren't you, at one point?
No. I've never worked specifically.
He's been out of the Marine Corps for 2 years now.
Yeah, that's the last time I worked with special kids. But yeah, I mean, we had a couple autistic kids and stuff, but yeah, nothing I never not severe special needs. I never worked with, but
hey, some of you fucking radio boots, bro, they were some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
Dude, boots in general are some of the dumbest motherfuckers. We used to be those dumb motherfuckers too.
I know. God damn, bro.
But
I was pretty fucking dumb.
What's up?
I was pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, I think we all were, dude. I made so many just decisions I look back on. I'm like, fuck, man, like that's crazy. And especially like, you know, like making BAH and stuff at that age in Hawaii.
And wasting it.
And
Wasting
you're
all
just
of that.
yeah, and I'm just like, God damn. I was like, dude, I was getting paid more then than I am now. Like astronomically, a lot more than I am now. And I was like, man, like that's fucking wild, dude. I would just blow that opportunity, like just to save money or whatever, and just blow it all on alcohol, strippers, and all these other fucking things. Well, strippers was like my first. To be honest with you, I was like I wouldn't say like a big, but I was definitely an enthusiast. Like my first year in the Marine Corps, because I don't get all this fucking money. I don't have any bills. I'm just like, you know, I would just go just for the atmosphere, dude.
I would.
Yeah,
that's how I did, bro.
And I fucking I actually ran. Did I tell this story on here yet? That I ran into a chick I went to high school with at Toby's outside Lejeune.
I don't think so.
Yeah, dude. So I fucking it was my last day in at Camp Geiger, and it was like the MCT. So I was at MCT, you know, it's like a month, and then I stayed like an extra month of Camp Guard, dude. It was fucking sucked, bro. You know, just basically you're just doing fucking working parties every day, like Monday through Friday.
That sucks.
Yeah, and then the weekends you had off, you could go out in town and shit, but you know, you fucking just spending money on cabs and whatnot. So it was the last day. It was a Sunday. We were all leaving to go to our MOS schools the next day, and my one of my guys came in into Squad Bay, was like, yo, dude, like let's go to fucking Toby's, like, you know. And apparently Toby's is owned by like Alexis Texas. It's a strip club in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Yeah, so, and you know, any strip club right off a base is gonna make so much money. And Toby's has pretty grimy reputation as well. You know, I'd never been there, but one of my buddies had gone the night before and spent like $1,000 and got like a t-shirt and like all this other shit. I was like, yeah, that's the most expensive fucking t-shirt, you know, I've ever seen. And so I go there. He's like, oh, it's our last day together, whatever. Like, let's go. And dude, it's Sunday afternoon. So there, you know, it's not exactly the varsity squad that's out there right now, you know, that's working, you know, it's the JV team that they have on a Sunday afternoon. And to my surprise, dude, there was like 5 of them working at one time. I was like, on a Sunday afternoon, I was like, damn. I was like, why do you have so many fucking people?
Start out of Marine Corps base still.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it worked out for them because there was like 8 of us that walked in. And so we walked in and, you know, you had to sign in and shit. And they were so bored. They had just ordered pizza. The strippers just ordered pizza. And so like we came in and the pizza dude basically like walked in with us. And this chick,
they're bold for that. They're bold, getting on stage all bloated and shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna do. They're the experts in this field, you know. Like, you know, their bodies are their temples, and so
that's why they're playing JV.
Not exactly a varsity move to order pizza during your shift.
No,
as an exotic dancer.
Yeah,
but so I the chick that went the woman that grabbed the pizza. I looked at her and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, she looks so fucking familiar. And I looked at my friends. I was like, I think I know her. And they're like, shut the fuck up, Moss. Like, no, you don't. Like, we're in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Like, you enlisted out of Philly. Like, all this bullshit. And then we get inside and like, dude, they were like piranhas, dude. Like, they just wanted to grab us, want us to do like private dances, like right off the bat, because that's like guaranteed cash for them. So she grabs me and pulls me. And she's like, let's go get a dance. Like, doesn't even ask, just telling me. And I stopped there. I was like, whoa. She looked at me and I was like, I think I fucking know you. And she looked and she's like looking at me closer. And then now she's like, oh my God. And I said her real name. And then she goes, Lucas Moss. And I was like, yeah. And she asked me, she had the audacity to ask me, what are you doing here? I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Are you crazy?
Dude, I dropped like $800 on her that day. No cap. Straight up, like, I had all that. It was like boot money, and I was like, fuck it. She was like, because I bought like a bunch of dances from her, and then like we were talking because we were basically like catching up, and she was like, yeah, I just couldn't fucking stand like being in the hometown anymore. Just, you know, got on the first bus and it led here, met a girl who was stripping, making pretty decent money here. So I'm doing it as like my job right now. And I was like, oh,
did you bang her?
No, I didn't bang her. No, I had a girlfriend at the time. But I mean, So I was just, well, okay. So I was like, okay, I have the fucking money to spend. Let me just throw it at you. Maybe put you through college or something. You know what I'm saying?
Big
I probably,
Daddy
dude,
That
Miles
bitch
the
was
comes
a
amount of
good
through.
money.
college, bro.
And if you ask Lupercio, dude, like Lupercio, him and I used to fucking go to strip clubs every time we went to LA, dude, all the time. And dude, I think I put a couple chicks through college when I was in fucking LA, dude. Like I spent so
Let me
much
tell you
money
something, bro. Those bitches were not going to college, bro.
Yeah.
Bitches were not
Some
going
of
to
them are, dude. One of them I met in LA at a place called
Now, keep in
Finn.
mind what you're telling me. Hold
She
on.
was a college student, dude. She
Listen,
was a
bro,
current college
I'm
student
gonna
that was
let you tell
stripping.
your story. I'm gonna let you tell your story, and then I'm gonna refer back to something. You're like, holy shit, you're right. Keep going.
Okay, so I sat down with her.
Like Krochmal
So
has all the stripper knowledge.
so we went to like the same strip club like 3 nights in a row, right? So it's like the second night they recognized us because we bought the VIP section the first time. So I came in, it was the same hostess, and I was like, "Yep, right over there, like same table, everything." Of course, you're in the VIP section, and then the DJ's like, "Yo, we got Marines in the house, like stand up for our heroes, like clap, blah, blah, all this shit." And so, like, dude, they were giving us shout outs, and so, dude,
You
we were
thought
like,
you were the coldest shit in there. Huh?
yeah. So we were fucking sitting there, and of course, like all the women are like, like they come and they're like surrounded you, and I was just like sitting down, like talking with one of them, like just chilling, just like, just throwing ones and enjoying the time. And she was like, yeah, she was studying biology, so she was in her like second or third year at the time, and we were talking about that and all this shit, and then she invited one of her other friends. And then she invited one of her other friends. So I'm sitting there with like 3 strippers, and
That
we're
are
just,
going to
dude,
college?
we're just talking about college. We're just talking about life and stuff like that, like in the middle of the strip club. And all the other guys are like busting my ass, like, oh, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, dude, I'm the one like that's talking to them right now. I'm the one that's getting their Snapchats right now. While you guys are, you're throwing 1s and 5s and shit over there and getting dances and getting, hustled. Yeah, man, and they were pretty cool. And I kept in contact with some of them for like a while, like my first couple years, and like my first like year in Hawaii or whatever. And one of them even came to visit, not to visit me, but she came to visit like Hawaii, and we met up and stuff. But yeah, man, I mean, they were all pretty squared away. They a lot of the 3 hour I was talking to, they were actively like in college. And oh my god, now my dog's going crazy. But they were
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I used to import and export stainless steel. And that's the exact same fucking story they're telling you.
No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. No, it's not, because I didn't buy any private dances from them. I didn't, do any of that stuff. I just sat there and talked with them. I didn't really spend that much money because I mean, we went there 3 nights in a row.
They didn't see anything in there they liked, dude.
Yeah.
Man,
it was a packed place in LA.
You're a good looking guy. What can I say?
Oh, thank you, man. That means a lot. I'm saying, yeah. Have you ever had that experience, Chris? Enlightenment
with strippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about everyday.
An enlightenment moment with strippers. No, I can't say I've never had that. No, but I had a junior marine one time that we got to Hawaii and fucking, like, I'm not gonna name drop him, but he
stripped for you. You made him strip for you.
Did you guys touch
that's
steps?
punishment. Yeah, just a couple times.
Did you put cigarettes out on him? Shout out Mater, you piece of shit.
Shout out Mater, hazing people on the low.
I hope you're still in the brig.
No, he's out now. He's
it.
trying to get that shit. I always get emails about that shit. But back to this motherfucker. He like fell in love with a stripper, like R. Kelly type, and fucking she like
T-Pain. That's T-Pain.
T-Pain.
Yeah.
T-Pain. I'm in love.
R. Kelly just pisses on the underage ones.
Yeah. That's why I said he's pissing on him. That's weird.
But yeah, she ended up like telling him to fuck off because he had an Android and she wanted to FaceTime and he couldn't FaceTime.
Oh, wow.
And then he like rushed to the PX to buy an iPhone, and like she was like, it was like too late. So then he had to get an iPhone for this stripper that I didn't even want anything to do with him.
No way.
Oh god, yeah, it was fucking.
Yeah.
You said this was in Hawaii?
Yeah, it was at the same one. God, I don't know. The one we're talking
she was
about.
A junior marine and she was a stripper.
What?
She was a junior marine. She was a stripper.
No, my junior marine fell in love with a stripper.
Nah, he fell in love with a stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please name drop. You don't got a name drop on here, but text me after this.
I will.
Oh, I think I probably already know who it was because I can only think of one dickhead that didn't have a fucking iPhone.
As a junior Marine, I feel like there's a couple of them.
Who? Not that I knew.
I mean, I didn't have all their fucking numbers, but yeah, I think there were a couple that had Androids because the weird people. I wouldn't say the weird people. I would say like
yeah, but you gotta keep in mind,
Android.
Moss. You gotta keep in mind we're dealing with the IT fucking nerds.
Yeah, those.
So they were all into Android's better. Fuck you.
More customizable.
I'm a fucking IT guy. I do iPhone. All right.
I mean,
no, I get it. You were the one. You were the one IT guy I fucked with. Wait, this is a serious question because I don't think I've ever asked you this. What was your first impression of me?
Of you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking! I think you were in a shop and like you and fucking Mark coming in and fucking just like talking shit to everybody you fucking walked by. You walked back to the fucking data shop and you're like, "The fuck's up, fucking data nerds?" And I was like, "All right, let's do like the fucking party." Nah, but I always rode bikes and shit, and I always rode before I was in. So I was always like, God damn, I want to get a bike so fucking bad out here, but I know I'd kill myself. That's why I spent my money on cars. I had like 4 fucking cars at one point.
Yeah, but so many fucking cars, bro. So many cars.
Yeah, I was street racing every weekend and shit, and fucking.
Where?
Would you like meet up?
You go down and meet up?
Oh yeah, we would meet up at like the Walmart in Pearl City. And then from there, we would like hop on like the H1, H2, or H3 and just like do
I know
races and shit.
Me and Mark got chased by the cops there one time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got away.
The bikes always get away. Fucking cars don't run, bro. You can't run.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of states too have like no chase laws. Yeah. So I mean, that's.
But wait, this brings me to a story. I gotta tell this story, bro. This is the best story I have in the Marine Corps, bro. Straight up. Okay, so you know Williams, right? No, you guys don't know Williams.
I was gonna say the nickname Williams.
Williams?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word.
That's what everybody else calls him. I don't know what it means, but anyways.
He's from Argentina. So speaking a little bit of Spanish, doesn't know what it means.
I don't know what it means. So he had this V6 Camaro, okay? So I rode a CBR 1000, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 weeks before he was talking shit. My V6 Camaro can beat your bike. Now, keep him 2 weeks before I smoked a Ferrari 456. I mean, I gapped the shit out. So it pisses me off that he keeps saying this hot shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You're not gonna beat me, bro. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I said, if I see you on the highway, we'll race. He's like, all right, sounds good. So me and Mark are side by side, getting ready to go out the front gate. You know, the PX is right here, the gate, the light right here.
Yeah.
And the gate's way up here. So we're sitting there, and I see Williams sitting here in his fucking V6 Camaro. I'm like, all right, bro. So I tap Mark. I'm like, hey, bro, we're racing him. Because the 600 is still going to gap a V6 Camaro.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this like RAV4, like 3 or 4 cars in front of us. So we get the green light. I'm like, hey, because you know how there's 2 lanes going out? I said, Mark, get in the slow lane, wait for him to pass us, and we'll catch him. He's like, all right. So bam, there goes Williams, passes us. So we get out, we're on the fucking highway. So I fly past him. I'm doing a wheelie. I'm flying past him. I'm doing probably 80. So bam, I drop it. I get in the slow lane. He flies past me. So I get back in the other lane. Here comes this RAV4, bro. Right up next to us. Slow down, slow down. I'm like, fuck you. So I slow down a lot now. You let him get out in front of me a little bit. Bam, I do another wheelie. I'm flying past him. I'm looking at him. Bam, I drop it. Fucking Marco's flying past me.
And then everyone coming on this road is coming from the base. So
like all Marines.
So they're all like military personnel. Like there's no anybody. Just to clarify that. Yeah.
Correct. And I'm not thinking of this. I'm thinking of me being the coolest motherfucker out there, apparently.
Yeah.
So I slow down and he passes me one more time. I just wanted to get another good fuck you in. So I get right up next to him and I see someone's recording me. So I'm like, fuck you. Bam. I do 100. I'm doing like 120. We get off the Kailua exit, right? Originally, we were gonna hit Kailua and then go down to Honolulu. So now, you know where that little fucking you know where Navy Federal is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were right in front of that light. So I don't see anybody behind us. I'm like, bro, that person was reporting us. Like, what the fuck? He's like, bro, fuck him. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I said, so, we started talking about what's he get to eat. I look back, bro. There's that bitch in the window with her phone like this. I'm like, fuck. I said, hey, bro, we got to go. So, bam, we cut the shoulder, went up in this little residential neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know there's only two ways out. There's one way in, and you can go out that way, or you can go one street over and get out that way.
Yeah.
But we pull up in, we don't see them following us. So I'm like, bro, we got to go because they're recording us. I don't know if they got our license plate, whatever. He's like, all right, we'll cut down this next street right here and we'll hit Honolulu. We won't go to Kailua. I'm like, all right, sounds
Damn, they're on a fucking mission, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, we pulled down to get out. This guy has his RAV4 parked sideways in the middle of the road.
A blockade sets up a blockade.
Bro, a straight blockade. I'm like, so me and Mark stop. I'm like, bro, we need to just fuck, if he's going through all this shit, let's just, whatever happens at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we stop our bikes. He said, listen, bro, I'm going to give you guys two options. He's still in his car at this point. Our bikes are still on. He's like, I'm going to give you two options. Either you stop and show me who you are and be a man about it, or you can run. Obviously, you're going to get away. But just know that I have you on video. I'm like, Mark, just let's shut him off and deal with this right here. He's like, all right, turn our bikes off. He gets out of the car. He said, you hand me your military ID, I'll hand you mine. So yeah, I pull it out, I hand it to him. Bro, I get his shit in my hand and I look and it says 06.
Dude, your heart probably just fucking went to your
Bro,
fucking balls.
sank to my stomach, bro. So I'm like, fuck, Mark has to know who this is. So I hand it back to him and he looks, bro, his face turns ghost white. And he's like, so why are you guys out here doing this? Well, fuck, at this point, if you were a staff sergeant, I'd come up with a fucking bullshit excuse, bro. You're a colonel, bro. I don't even know what to say anymore. So I was like, sir, we were just having fun, to be honest with you. I apologize for telling you to fuck off and all that stuff. So he said, what unit are you guys with? We're like 3-3. He's like, all right, sounds good. So here's what I'm going to do. Since you guys were men, you stop and talk to me. I understand. Now, keep in mind, this was a 30-minute conversation while his RAV4 is still blocking the fucking road.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you guys are NCOs. You can't be out here doing wheelies and all that crazy shit, doing over 100 miles an hour. He's like, you guys have junior Marines that are looking up to you, and you guys are out here doing the stupid shit. I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck.
One of those talks, one of those disappointed dad talks.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, bro. So I'm like, all right, sounds good. So he's like, listen, I'm going to tell your battalion commander. At this point, it was Stevie J. He's like, I'm going to tell, Lieutenant Colonel, whatever the fuck his name was, that I met you guys out in town, and I'm not gonna tell him what you were doing. I'm just gonna tell him, I met you out in town. We had a talk. I'm like, all right, sir, sounds good. He said, what I should do is take you to NJP on Monday and have your bikes taken away. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So me and fucking Mark, we get down to Honolulu. He's like, bro, I cannot believe this shit just happened. I said, bro, do you think we're gonna bro, I'm freaking out. Because probably 2 months before this, a friend of ours in the Army got kicked out for doing this shit.
Damn.
So I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm nervous. I'm like, oh, bro, we're gonna get kicked out. Da, da, da. So Monday comes. They call the shop. Stevie J calls the shop himself and is talking to fucking one of our sergeants. So they call us in there. They're like, hey, you need to go to the battalion commander's office. I look at Mark. I'm like, bro, we're getting kicked out, bro. We're fucked. We get in there. He's like, backtrack a little bit. So Mark checks his email that morning. It says, good morning, Marines. And I got the same one. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys out in town, whatever. I'm going to keep it because we promised we would quit riding like that.
Yeah.
Like I was good on my word. I hope that you're good on yours. Signed, Colonel Boykin, USMC commanding. Operations of Special Forces Command Pacific. Bro, he was the fucking Special Operations Commander.
That's why he was so chill.
Yes.
Because he's SF.
So then fast forward, we get a call about an hour later to go talk to CBJ. He's like, now keep him, me and Mark are in his office, bro. Parade rest, fucking kicking it. He's like, so you met Colonel Boykin out in public. Colonel Boykin, I appreciate you. Shout out real quick. You run across this. And he's like, yeah, so what were you guys doing that you guys met him? I was like, oh, we're just getting something to eat. He's like, yeah, he told me it was a very good interaction with you guys. I'm like, man, good thing, because I was telling him one of these when he first met me. Oh, bro, it's so fucking bad. That was the only story that I really wanted to tell, bro, because that was the highlight of my military career, period.
I mean, in my opinion, it epitomizes, I think, your military career of like all the times you basically got away with murder.
I got away with murder one other time, and this was with bitch ass First Sergeant Ray. Me and Matt coming out the front gate, and Mark. Me and Mark, we were coming out the front gate, and First Sergeant Ray was in this little piece of shit Nissan.
Oh my god, a Nissan Sentra, right? It was like a
it was a little black
Nissan
piece of shit Nissan Sentra. So he's
like, dude, you're an E8 getting E8 pay, bro. Like,
yeah, and he's driving this piece of shit fucking Nissan. So me and Mark are behind him, and Mark's like, I think that's First Sergeant Ray, bro. I don't know if you guys remember how loud my bike was, but I couldn't hear anything. So we're yelling at each other to try to talk. I'm like, that is First Sergeant Ray. Fuck him. I was like, let's blow past him. He's a bitch, right? So that's that. This is at the same place, right at that light before fucking we fly past him. I go back to SOI on Monday. I'm sitting in the shop with all the O3s and everyone who's fapped out there. First Sergeant Ray walks in. I'm like, man, what the fuck is he doing here? I'm like, we're on First Sergeant. He's like, hey, do you know anyone who rides a black ZX6R? I'm like, I don't think so. And he's like, who rides that red CBR 1000 out there? I was like, I do, First Sergeant. I'm super proud of my bike. I love my bike. He's like, that's a really nice bike. I was like, thanks, First Sergeant. He's like, yeah. At the light the other day, right off base, it was actually on Friday. There was somebody behind me that said First Sergeant Ray's a bitch. Do you remember that? I'm like, no, First Sergeant, I don't know who would say that. And he's like, oh, okay. So then he goes to the S6 shop and calls Mark out. He's like, hey, that's a really nice ZX6 out there. Bro, because everybody, bro, if you knew me and Mark, we were always together, no matter what. Yeah. We were always riding a red CBR 1000, a black ZX6R. We were the only ones on the base that always rode together, same two bikes. Bro, he knew what the fuck time was. I'm like, oh, fuck. But other than that, we got away with murder.
Yeah. I mean, this is the same guy that we're talking about that would, on the weekends, stand at the entrance of the chow hall and the PX and like police people as they came in.
Make corrections.
Like, this is the same fucking dude. He came at me one time, and thank God, like, fucking, it was him, First Sergeant Moon, I think Gunny Chenoweth, and someone else. And it was New Year's Eve, and I was drinking with Bartle and Morrison, and I think it was us two, and I think there's one other. I think it was Jareth too. I think it was Jareth as well. And we were really taking shots in the room and stuff, and we're like, fuck it. We're like, you know what? Like, let's just go to the E Club, and this is on Okie, and so this is on Camp Hansen. We're like, let's just go to the fucking E Club for New Year's Eve, and just stay there, just have some drinks, just be surrounded by people. And we're like, yeah, cool. So we're walking out, and I'm finishing a beer, and every fucking Monday outside the barracks, there is a mountain of liquor bottles, beer cases. Like, it's astronomical.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that many people can finish that much alcohol in a week.
Yeah.
I'm being dead serious, bro. That's truly unreal.
Hey, we'll post a picture up for everybody to see, because I have a picture of the Okie barracks.
Oh yeah. Send it to me. We'll
post it up.
Please do, bro, because that shit is truly unreal.
It's fucking insane. Yeah. It was like every weekend. Again,
every
weekend.
Weekend.
Crazy. Before you send that picture, these trash cans aren't the trash cans you put outside your house, bro.
No,
These trash cans are bigger than that.
There's like 10 of them, and then there's like thousands of bottles around
Thousands of
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah.
For everybody that always says, "Oh, Marines drink," they really drink, bro. We really
for a
drink.
while there. So me and Man kind of did a little drinking competition on our last fucking UDP, and it was for the first 3 months I was drinking like 10 beers a night was like an average thing for me. Like just a night, I would drink 10 beers before we even went out in town, and I have like all the caps for him still. And
Yeah.
the Man, he did the same fucking thing, but he was doing like 12 a night, dude.
God
This dude is
damn.
insane.
That's really good. That's called alcoholism, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was on the same course. I was on the same
Dude,
course.
I did it
and-
for 3 months and I had to stop after that, dude. It was
Dude,
getting
I
too
did
much.
it the entire deployments, both of them. So, like,
I did that from the day I turned 21, because fun fact about me, I didn't have a drink till I was 21. Actually, I lied. Okay, when I was in Japan on my first UDP, I did have a drink, but it was like 2, I think. Double shot of hypnotic for all you
yeah. I love that story.
fuck off.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. You brought it up, so now it has to be discussed.
All right, I want to hear
So
this double
walks-
shot of hypnotic.
So you
Was it
have
the
a
blue
boot.
kind?
So
The blue?
a boot walks into a bar, right?
Boot walks into a bar, and I'm with everybody who's older than me who's been drinking for a while. Right?
Yeah.
So they all know their shit. Bro, I never took a drink before I was legally able to. I never did. So I walk into this bar and the bartender is bad. I'm like, damn, she looks good. I was like, yeah, I'm going to make her think I can drink. So I'm like, bro, what should I get? I'm looking at all the bottles on the wall, and they got this blue bottle of hypnotic at the top. I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to get me right. No, bro.
Hypnotic is gonna make me, it's gonna trigger some hypnosis.
So I start asking Mark and Manthe and everyone. I'm like, hey, bro, what is this going to do to me? And they're like, that's hypnotic. It makes you hallucinate. They're talking all this hot shit. So I'm like, yeah, fuck
Fucking
yeah. That shit's
vodka.
gonna yeah, bro. I'm like, that shit's going to get me right. Bro, hypnotic is more of a mixer than it is an alcohol.
Yeah.
So this bartender, so now I'm posted up on the bar like this, just waiting for her.
Yeah.
And she's like, she sees me. I'm like, so she comes over and she's like, yeah, what can I get you? I was like, yeah, can I get a double shot of hypnotic up there? And she's like, and walks right away. I'm like, oh my God, bro, what the fuck? So I turn around, I'm looking at them like, damn, you guys did me so dirty. And they're dying, bro. They're dying left. Dying left. From
Such a
that day on,
fruitcake,
bro.
dude.
So fast forward, I did a shot of Habusaki instead of fucking hypnotic.
Right
So
on.
fuck you guys. But I will never live that story down. That story will be told at my wedding, at my funeral, and everything in between.
Yeah, it will. It definitely will be.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm fucking walking out of the barracks, right, with a beer bottle. It's like I don't even know, dude. Maybe like an IPA, Bud Light, who the fuck cares, right? And I'm walking, literally, I'm beelining it straight to the trash because we're gonna go walk all the way down to the E Club. First Sergeant Ray comes out. He sees me basically like polish it off and was like, hey, Marine, get over here. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like, of course. The best way to end the year is just to fucking talk to First Sergeant Ray, like just to talk to that little cocksucker. So I'm over there and I'm just standing. I'm not even standing at parade rest or anything. He's like, what the fuck do you think this is, devil? He's like, you think this is fucking Vegas? You just walk around opening a container and shit. He's like, this is Japan. You can't do that shit here. And I was like, I literally looked at him. I was like, First Sergeant, I was literally gonna go throw this out. And he was like, no, I saw you fucking drink it, blah, blah. And then First Sergeant Moon and Gunny Chenoweth kind of stepped in. We're like, yeah, like, come on. Like, they're like, First Sergeant Moon was like, Mosh, just go throw it out. Just go throw it out. And so that's when I went to go throw it out. But dude, it's like the stupidest shit like that. It's like something as simple and as stupid as that. Like, I'm
In
literally.
Japan, you can walk around and drink too. Like,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's how you know he had all this shit fucked up anyway. So.
That dude's just a bitch, bro. And his wife's big as a house. I just don't.
I've never even seen his wife.
I saw her one time with the PX. She's in the fucking donut aisle, her big ass.
I just remember him when I was checking in, because I checked in the H&S and like literally like a week or two later, I was in India Company for the remainder of the time. And I was checking in with him and he was like oh, do you know the purpose of an infantry, rifleman and all this shit? And I was like, dude, you worked at the fucking PX for like 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
Like talking to me like, oh, the rifleman's creed and shit. Like,
You deployed to the PX, bro.
yeah.
Shut up.
I was like, bro, nobody teaches you the rifleman fucking creed when you're in like MOS school. Like as a comm guy, you're not walking away with that.
First of all, go restock the shelves before you ask me the rifleman's creed.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, his rifleman's creed was, there are many boxes like it, but this one is mine.
Is my fucking screen froze?
Yeah, you look crazy right now.
God damn, I was so stupid.
Yeah, you're fucked. This shit's going online.
That's like a meme, dude.
Oh my god.
I can almost see sadness.
This?
I can almost see sadness in that face.
I was trying to focus on the camera. Oh my god, how we do this?
You're trying to focus too hard on the camera and it froze, dude. Like some Jedi mind trick or some shit.
Damn it.
Bro, I'm about to switch this up a little bit here. I know you're the one running the show.
Yeah,
I want to switch this up to you getting out.
Okay.
What was it like when you got out? Like what was like the first I'd say 6 months.
6 months, dude. So it was for me, I think Chris and I were kind of similar in the sense of like when we got out, like shortly after we got out, like COVID hit. So that was like a big factor in that. So yeah, I got out, dude. I literally got out on my brother's birthday. So March 12th, I was on terminal in 2020. Flew home obviously that same day. And I flew to Florida because my Jeep was in Florida and I had to pick that up. I wanted to see my family before moving up here to Maryland. And so I was kind of busy like with that first week, basically just seeing family and stuff like that. You're still kind of like, oh, I'm out now, but like you're still unsure. And then when I moved up to Maryland and I finally like was like settling, and that's like, I mean, like the day after I drove up to Maryland, like a week after I got out, like I had job interviews. And I remember during one of my job interviews, I lined up like 3 in one day. And my last job interview of the day was like a 4:30, 5 o'clock one. And like my phone goes off and the interviewer's phone go off at the same time. It's like, oh, the state of Maryland has like, declared an emergency shutdown. Like everyone basically go home. Like everyone's going to be working from home from here on out or whatever. So there's a lot of that uncertainty. And so all those jobs like all those places they offered me a position. And they all withdrew their offers the next day because of there's no point in bringing someone on right now. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? Got unemployment. Definitely. Wanted to start my disability stuff. But like I said, dude, the first couple of months, man, I was having nightmares of like, when are they going to call me back? When do I have to go back? Like, I want to, like, did I get all the signatures on my checkout sheet and shit?
Yeah.
And a lot of it also was just kind of overwhelming. It was underwhelming and overwhelming at the same time. Like you think it's going to be like night and day. And in a way it is. In a way it definitely is. But it doesn't hit you like right away. It kind of, it's like the little things. It's just the little things that keep adding up. Like just little habits and stuff that you have to pick up that are going to be different from your normal habits that you had in the military. And like every person you meet, like you can't just, not everyone you meet is going to be a veteran. Not everyone you meet is going to even know what the fuck that you went through. And so, so talking with them, like almost like that was like a way of like reminding me like, oh shit, like this person has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, one of the fucking prime examples of that was we did a surprise party for one of my girlfriend's best friends. And we're all sitting there and they're like, oh, does anyone know where she's at or whatever? And like, I had her location on my phone so that we would know like when she turned around the corner for the surprise party.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, she's about like 100 meters out, and I just said it just casual like that. And then everyone just fucking looked at me and they're like,
what? Did you like a weirdo?
Yeah. They're like, what did you just say? I was like, yeah, she's about like 100 meters out. Like she'll be like here any second. And they're like, did you just use meters? And I was like, yeah. And then they're like, what the fuck is like, and they're like questioning me about this shit. And I'm like, oh my God, like something as simple as that, that's what kind of makes it difficult.
So did you feel out of place then?
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah, definitely. And in a way I still do. And I think I don't think I don't think any veteran like ever feels like 100% in like,
no, not at all.
yeah.
I'm right there with you. I don't think so either.
Yeah,
Right.
that's one thing that's like hard for me too. Is like,
Oh, welcome back.
yeah, well, I've been here, motherfucker. You can't see me anymore.
Welcome back.
I stopped that
Holy
motherfucking
shit.
video and it won't start again now. So I'm gonna be
You're doing
faceless
really
for a
good.
little bit. Thanks, man.
Well, I would have included you in the question, but I can't see your fucking face.
You're good. No, fucking like like yesterday was my birthday, so I had like a little fucking like going out with my friends and shit and like having like my Mitch there, one of the buddies I served with, he moved up here, like just talking to him about like shit back that we used to do, like our stories and shit like that. Nobody else around understands is a big thing, like our lingo that we use every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, but wait, hold on. Hey, so when you went out, did you go out with like friends, or did you go out with, was it like friends from high school or friends you just met? And then Chris obviously is someone you served with, right?
yeah, it was like friends from high school, and then
Okay,
yeah,
so friends
Mitch,
from high
yeah,
school.
then yeah.
So then did you find yourself gravitating more towards him than you were everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
and like, it's weird because like some of my high school friends, I feel like don't like Mitch that much, you know, because he like it wasn't a part of the original group. But like me
Yeah.
and Mitch are like boys, you know, because we were like served together and stuff, and we like
Exactly.
connected that way. Yeah.
Bro, to be honest with you, people that I knew from high school that you know I still talk to and I'm still very good friends with. I hang out on the weekend. Like when Moss came, when Moss came to see me, there was a huge thing planned that weekend. Huge thing. Like everybody had been talking about it for months and this, that, and the other thing. And as soon as Moss was like, yo, can I come crash at your place? I was like, oh, bro, fucking absolutely. I texted my friends. I was like, yo, I'm not going to be there this weekend. I got someone coming to town. They're like, oh, you got a bitch coming to town? I'm like, no,
Something like
it's
that.
actually this kid that I served with.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a bitch. But yeah, bro, I always find myself like, especially in a social setting, that, you know, I'll be talking to someone and I'm like, damn, like I really, you know, you connect with someone. I'm like, damn, I really connect with this person. And then you find out, oh, you served. I think that's why I connect with you so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I met the mayor of a city the other day because my new job, I travel around and like fix networks at different companies and stuff. And I went to a city hall of a town in Indiana, and I met the mayor, and he was a old MP in the army. And like as soon as like we found out we were both like in the military together, we were just trying to like the mayor's office, just like telling fucking stories. He's telling me stories, all the shit he did back in the day and stuff like that, funny shit, and talking about like fucked up shit about the cities and shit, about like funny shit about being a mayor and crap. And
that's
like,
hilarious. See, that's
like you
dope,
connect
because,
so easily. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
bro, it's crazy because no matter what the position is, you could be the fucking, like you said, the mayor, bro. That's a big position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the guy fixing his fucking computer. Not that that's a little position, but
Oh
that's,
no, for sure though. But just yeah,
you know
just
what I'm
like how
saying?
fast like he was just, and then people would come in his office and then they dress him like, you know, he's the mayor and stuff like that. But he's like chilled back, like just keep the speed up with me talking.
Yeah, because you have veterans, you
It's
guys, you
crazy.
know, on the same like wavelength, and that. I mean, like Denny, I think you brought up a good point too. Like, one of my good friends from high school, he does like this thing. He calls them Natter Days, and like he invites basically like all our friends from high school and stuff like that. And then one of my best friends from high school, we actually enlisted together. Like he still lives up there in Philly, so he goes all like every time, and I go every time as well. And like during the party, man, it's just like
You too.
him and I are the only ones that are like just
Yeah.
fucking talking to each other, and like
For
everyone
real.
else is, you know, you're having like these conversations with these people, like, you know, that you went to high school with, and they're like, oh yeah, I fucking, I went to this school, and you know, I graduated now, I'm working here and all this stuff, and you know, me and my buddy, like we're in school now, so we're like, okay, like, so you guys are already done with that, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna be, even after you're done with school, bro. I feel like it's gonna be so different because I'm in school as well. So I'm in school. I'm still selling cars, and you know, when that shit gets brought up, bro, school is like the last thing on my mind because there's nothing that brings people together in school.
Yeah,
What brings
not
you
really.
what brings you together in school, bro? A school project, a school speech, so you have to do somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you get like really involved, I could see like how, like if you do clubs or
Yeah, if
like
you do
that kind of
clubs or
shit.
you're the president of this, president of that, I could see you guys building a little bond. But
Mhm.
me and Mark slept in the same fucking same
Yeah,
sleeping
it's a brotherhood. When
in Korea.
it's a
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just different. I feel like it's very the bond, and that's for anybody who's thinking about enlisting and watches this, bro. That's real life shit, bro. I've been talking. Moss, how long was it before that I talked to you before you came to my house?
You talked to me the entire. You talked to me the entire time I was out.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah, but it wasn't consistent, bro. It's not like we would talk every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would hit you up, every maybe month, 2 months. Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on? How you doing? Good. How are you? Good. And that was that.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're crashing at my house.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know is you've been doing good.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
I don't know that you and your girlfriend just broke up and your aunt killed herself and your grandpa died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you guys all come together, and as soon as we got back together, bro, we clicked right away. We went out to dinner with Rachel, and it was just like we never left.
That was a big thing for me and Mitch. I mean, Mitch lived in Vegas, and we got out, and we would just like FaceTime and like just like smoke a joint together and just chill out, fucking talk about like how like being out was affecting us and shit. And then he was like, "Damn, man, I miss you." I was like, "I miss you too, bro." Like me and him wouldn't really like connect that well when we were in, but we were like buddies and shit. But one day I was like, "Hey, man, like if you ever want to fucking move to Michigan, you're more than welcome." And then about a month later, he was like, "Yeah, let's do this shit." And I just fucking flew out, packed all his shit up in a fucking U-Haul, attached his fucking car to the back of the fucking U-Haul, and drove like it was like 43 hours from Vegas to fucking Jackson, Michigan, without stopping. The whole fucking way. And then he's been living up here ever since, and he got a good fucking job now, and he's like fucking living up in Lansing, fucking killing it. And we hang out all the time. He was the one that was hanging out with last night and stuff. Yeah, it's fucking sick.
That's real brother shit, man. That's real brother shit.
Yeah,
it is, bro. Shit. But when you deploy together, and I don't think that people understand this, when you deploy with someone, no matter if you're in the COC or you're out, running missions and doing this and doing that, you're still out there. No matter if I'm talking to you over the radio, I can hear what's going on in your voice. Either you're real concerned, or you're cool, like 36 packs up, whatever.
And then everyone kind of has like a work wife, like a deployment wife, like just somebody you just kind of just attached to. Like you're just like kind of inseparable. And you're like, okay, like we're gonna be like there for each other.
You eat together, you go to the gym together, you fucking drink together.
You do everything. You do everything together. Like not just because of like the buddy system, but just because like that's just you're just one person.
You gotta rely on each other, man. Yeah, it does suck after a while.
And with me, it kind of brings me back to real life because I had multiple deployment wives. You know what I'm saying? I would go to the gym with you, go to the gym with Mark, Manthe. But for real, bro, that's really how that shit is. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it really is. I'm gonna take a quick break. I gotta take a piss real quick. I'm fucking.
Yeah, so do I. Fuck.
All right, we'll break real quick. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
How's it going?
Fuck. I was about to piss myself.
Same size pecker or what?
Do we have the same size pecker?
Yeah.
Because we left at the same time and came back at the same time.
Yo, the other thing I want to talk about. So we talked about getting out and everything.
Yeah.
But are you guys on any antidepressants or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Chris, are you? Yeah. So
I'm
Chris,
on a THC.
Yeah. So I actually went on antidepressants and nightmare meds. And yeah, man, it took me like, it's kind of a journey. kind of journey. A lot of it had to do with alcohol. Like it took me basically to finally feel like the walls were closing in, and that I was kind of like, just fighting with my back against the wall for me to finally ask for help. And it really just came down to, I just got really fucking hammered one night and came home, had a fight with my girlfriend, and I was like, fuck this shit. I was like, this shit's not even worth it anymore.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I was like, life's just not worth it right now.
But for real, I'm honestly glad you just said that, because people, I feel like it's very institutionalized that asking for help is very feminine, and you should never ask for help, this, that, or the other thing. Listen, I'm very alpha. I love being an alpha male. I love that. And I feel like that's kind of what I live my life by. But then, bro, push came to shove. I was having anxiety attacks, bro, bad ones, like bad as fuck. I'm sitting there, and I'm a car salesman, bro. People were in front of me all day. I'm talking to different people.
Yeah.
I've got anxiety like a motherfucker. I'm like, all right, bro. Then you get $1,000 payment in front of you. You got to go show this to someone, bro. I'm having anxiety for them.
Yeah.
So finally, I was like, bro, I can't keep doing this shit. So my stepmom, she's a psychologist. So I was like, okay, I've got someone to talk to about this shit. We don't agree on a lot of things, but we do agree on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I started talking to her about it. She's like, yeah, I think you should get on meds. And I'm like, Kim, come on, like, this is, me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know me. I don't like meds, this, that, and the other thing. She's like, no, Denny, honestly. So we sit down and we had a talk, and she's like, I think that's gonna be the best thing for you. I'm like, all right, sounds good. I agree with you. So bam, got on meds, bro. It was night and day. And I think that's what pisses me off, bro. How do I put this? Not asking for help, but almost asking for help.
Yeah.
It's not, bro, that's not feminine at all, bro. Everybody needs help at some point or another, bro. So don't be scared to ask for help when your pad gets too heavy. Like Doc Mooj.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Doc Mooj, dude.
Crazy, bro. That was 2 days ago. That was his 1 year ago he killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nuts, bro. That shit's nuts.
That was like basically one of the main reasons, and I was that Chris and Aaron and I decided to do. Well, Aaron had approached me a while back before Mooj and was like, hey, he's like, you should do like a podcast, because he was like streaming on Twitch and whatnot. He's like, you should do a podcast. And I was like, nah, man, I ain't about all that shit. Like, nah, I really didn't feel like doing it. Was not really interested. And then he texted me. It was like fucking like midnight one night, and he was like, dude, are you up? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I hate to be the one to tell you, but like Mooj, is gone. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's coming off of, before that, like right before I got out, I had the whole thing with Jaeger, and I was rooming with him, and he killed himself, and I came home one night and there he was. And so I was dealing with that, and that's my first kind of introduction to like being on meds, and that I just needed sleep meds because I couldn't sleep after that. And so they were like giving me Ambien and all this shit, and I was like, it sucked, dude. I would wake up and I'd feel like I'm in some kind of like haze, some groggy haze until like about noon, and then I felt like a normal person after that. But like half my day is basically gone.
Well, that's what I didn't like about the meds. That's how it makes you feel. But Chris, you can relate to this too, because we were in Korea with him. What's his name?
Solomon.
Yes, that's our Solomon.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Kicked it with him while I was in Hawaii, bro. He didn't really give a fuck about
we used to
that.
hang out all the time in Waikiki and drink together and shit.
He didn't give a fuck about that staff sergeant fucking
No.
that thing. No. Bro, he was a mad cool dude. He was always kicking it. He would keep it real with you. Now, when shit got to, business was business, he would talk to you. He would put you straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what I respected most about the dude. But and then I got that text. I'm like, man, what? He killed himself?
Yeah. Yeah. Solomon. Yeah, man. Robin.
I never saw that coming. He was always very high.
He was already, and that's the
always
thing,
traveling the world and shit.
Yeah,
man.
He was traveling the world. He just retired. So he didn't just leave the Marine Corps, like he was retired, pension, everything. and fucking yeah, and so like that, I never saw that coming either. That was something I mean, you never really do, and you kind of you would like to think that you do when you look back on it, but you never really do. And so
ever.
like I had Jaeger, and then very shortly after that, I think was my buddy Ian, which is why I was in Ohio that day for that funeral. And then I had Moosh, and then Robin, and it was an all very short period of time.
And then I just brought up my stepmom. Here she is. Kim, you want to say hi? No. Why? Come here. So this is the one that encouraged the Mets for the anxiety.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm well, yourself.
Another guest appearance with the guest appearance.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
Therapy.
Oh yeah, I went to therapy too.
Yeah. So they're obviously best when together.
Yeah,
definitely.
So,
And that was something else I got into too, was because like when I started, medication and stuff, was going to talk therapy and stuff. And like, I never thought, dude, I was like, oh, I need to talk to a female or whatever. And then the VA had me waiting so long, and then they paired me up with a male, and I was like, oh, this is actually like better, I think. You kind of have like these preconceived like notions going into like how it's going to be, what are the effects going to be. And then it totally, like, you literally talk yourself into medicating yourself in a way.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
100%. I talked to a female, and she was mad cool. She was super cool.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons to both. So.
Definitely.
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice meeting you as
Oh,
well.
I will.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I actually did take meds. It was only for probably about a week. I had to hop off just because it made me sleep. Like my whole, like, I'd get off work and I'd take it when you feel like anxiety coming on.
Yeah.
And it would just knock me out. Like I wouldn't wake up. I would like sleep through work the next day almost.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I just, ever since then, I smoke when I feel that stuff coming on, and it calms me down and puts me in a good mood and takes anxiety away. And when I used to ride with a motorcycle club, it was all Marines, and there was tons of guys in there that would say can't do. And these are old Vietnam vets, that like saw shit back in the day, helicopter gunners and stuff. And he was like, yeah, man, just if I feel it coming on when I'm at work, I can just pull out a pen and I can just smoke this. I can just go outside. I can chill out for a second and help them sleep at night and stuff. Help them get through the night.
Yeah.
All the tragic experiences he went through in his life.
Absolutely, bro. And that's big, because even if you don't have tragic experiences, bro, when I joined the Marine Corps, I was very soft. Before I joined, I was very soft spoken. I didn't like to fight. I was very chill with everything that was going on, bro. Since I've been out, bro, I've got anger issues, anxiety, bro. Everything's bad, bro. I snap over. I snap though. It's not like, oh no, like I'm a little frustrated. No, bro, I'm full blown out motherfucker. What do you want to do right here?
Yeah, because that's how a lot of things are handled in the Marines.
Yeah, I've had the anger too since being out, and I think it's just like we're so accustomed to a way things are done, and when we see motherfuckers like not just doing the basics right, it just drives you fucking nuts.
Yeah,
absolutely,
it does.
Bro, absolutely. And another thing with my job, bro, this is kind of like, it's very into it, but so that's how we kind of talked about how it affected you in just social society in general, but now kind of veering into, work.
Yeah. And
when people hear you're a Marine, I don't know why this is. I truly don't. I don't see myself different than I see anybody else.
Yeah.
For real, I really don't.
Yeah.
My general sales manager, so I'm selling cars, I'm doing my thing, and he keeps talking about me training. I'm like, bro, look, I've got 2 customers at the same time. I don't have time to stop this car deal right now, these 2 car deals, and train. So I'm like, listen, dude, I'm going to get it done. Just please leave me alone about it, because, you're pissing me off at this point.
Yeah.
So he said something. Oh, he said, let's treat this like you were in the military. How would you have handled it? Now, bro, if you want to talk about fly off the fucking handle, Bro, in the middle of a showroom, I'm sure both you guys have been to car dealerships.
Yeah.
You know the showroom.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
On the desks, there's a bunch of people in there. So of course I get loud. I'm like, look, bro, you want to talk about the military and how we would have handled things? I said, let's go out back. I'll show you how we would have handled things, and I will beat the fuck out of you, dude. And he's this little Arab fuck, bro. He's an Arab fuck. And I wasn't fucking with that. And but again, that's how we handle things. That's what we're accustomed to.
Mm.
And that shit's not okay anymore, bro. It's not.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Like I was
not okay.
I was a little pushy too on my last, like one of my last managers, and forced him to quit because he was a shitbag. But like you kind of, I have that fucking expectation, man. Like, well, people have those expectations of like you're hiring a Marine, like especially like when like I was working with kids last summer, and they're like, there was like, oh, like he was a Marine, like, oh, I'm gonna just be like fucking hazing these kids or something. Like I'm just gonna be like, drilling them all up and down like the entire camp and stuff like that. And it's like, no, like this, I'm not, or like teaching them how to kill things or something. Like that was the impression that they got. They're like, hey, remember, like they can't do everything that you can do. And I was like, no fucking shit. I was like, they're kids. Like I mean, just because I served in the Marine Corps does not, like, I do not have that expectation of like every living organism around me that they need to have discipline in their bodies and shit. Like, like I understand, that people come and they walk different paths in life.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna have
people don't understand that. They don't, bro. They hear Marine, bro, and that's what I hate. That's why I quit telling people, I was in other than jobs, because it'll help you get a job.
Yep.
But as soon as I hear that, bro, it's a completely different expectation.
Yeah.
Completely different expectation.
It is. And like you said, like in a job, like job wise, like it's been obviously like very beneficial to be like, oh, you served in the Marine Corps. And they're like, because I mean, if you think about it, like, and I hate to fucking, whip out the big dick, here with the, the between the branches or whatever, but like, we're one of the smallest branches for a reason. And, we are held to like a different standard compared to all the other branches. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we're better than you, but like a lot of citizens, a lot of citizens have that like mindset of like they're intimidated like by the Marines. So
they're intimidated, but at the same time, bro, they feel safe because
which is why they want to hire you.
Exactly, bro. This is for 2 days ago. So there's a little girl that just came from, I forget where the fuck she came from. It was an island. Her grandpa invented it's something for NASA. When they go up to space, he invented the fucking thing you roll around in. They're pretty much a space simulator, okay?
Yeah.
He invented it. He's a multi-millionaire. So she's only 13, bro. He took her over to this island. They bought a house. Her dad gave her up for adoption to her grandpa. And now he's a severe alcoholic, bro. Severe, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was having her make him drinks and bring him to her. But she's 13 years old, bro. You don't put a kid in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he used to beat the shit out of her. So she said that, I want to go live with my cousin. Well, the cousin lives next door. So,
on this island? Is everyone living on this island?
No. Mom lives in Ohio. She lives right next to me.
Okay.
Dad lives on the island, some fucking tropical place. Or grandpa does, I'm sorry. So, she's very scared because everyone's beating her all her fucking life. And she's very scared. So the neighbor lady, which is her great aunt or some shit, she's like, oh, well, I'll have you meet the neighbor and, everything will be okay. So my mom went over and talked to her. And then she's like, oh, yeah, my son's a Marine. And she said, your son's a Marine? And my mom's like, yeah, he was in the Marine for 6 years because I did 2 years in the reserves.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, my God, I feel so much better now because I know I'm safe because he can fight. Like, damn, bro, why is a little kid, bro? Little kids know that shit too?
Yeah.
So now it's just not old people, it's little kids know. Oh my God. But that made me feel good, that knowing that she thought that because I was there, I was close, she was safer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's like that. I mean, I think it was one of those, I think it was Sandy Hook. It was Sandy Hook where the guy, well, obviously there was the school shooting, killed a bunch of kids. And then the Marine, I mean, he was kicked out of the Marine Corps, but like, I mean, all the
Still,
same.
bro.
Like the dude showed up in his fucking, in his desert camis, with his sleeves rolled and stood at the like parade rest in front of the school for like weeks or whatever. And it's like, people were like grilling his ass because, oh, he was kicked out during boot camp or whatever. I'm like, still, like, I mean, so what? The dude enlisted, he got kicked out, whatever. And it wasn't even for anything like bad. I think it was like a medical reason he got discharged.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, he still had his fucking camis. He's doing this deed to make these kids feel safe enough to come back to school.
Exactly.
And so it doesn't even fucking matter how long he's been in or whatever. It's the fact that, that image, the image itself, the symbolism behind the Marine in uniform standing somewhere, like all the fucking sayings where the, Marines guard the streets of fucking heaven or the gates of heaven or whatever. And then, embassies all around the world. Like when you look at an embassy in a different part of the world, like Marines, you see Marines like on a naval ship, like the people who are guarding everything on a naval ship are usually Marines. They have their own security forces, but for the most part, Marines. And so,
and I think that even being out and even like still having that title makes you want to hold yourself to a different standard.
Exactly.
You still don't want to let yourself fall into those bad habits and shit. And if anybody does know that you're a Marine, you don't want them to be like, oh, what kind of fucking what is a Marine then? If he's a fucking piece of shit
bag.
Like,
Yeah.
He's fucking
bro.
lazy, not doing anything with his fucking life.
Bro, and that's the thing, bro. When you're in, at least I know, bro, I did not want to be seen as that. I didn't want to be seen as that ass of the fucking platoon, the ass of the battalion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of fucked up shit. I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to. If I would have got caught, bro, I would have been. I feel like it would have hurt me, to be honest, bro, because now everybody's looking at me like, wow, bro, he's the one who put us on blast. You know what I'm saying?
He's the one we're getting mass punished for.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's not.
Don't be the cause.
Don't be the cause, but
don't be
I feel like
one.
That's everyone's intention, bro, is to not be the cause. And yes, some of them get caught, they do. But at the same time, when they go out, that's not their cause, because why? They hold themselves to a higher standard to not be that cause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's contradicting at the same time, but it's the
it's just the personal, like that's what you're basically describing, like just the personal, like you have unfortunately, and I guess that's something else that you can throw on to when it comes to expectations is like, not only do people have the expectations of who you are because you were in the service, but you also have the expectations of yourself. Like when I gained a lot of weight when I first got out, dude, I was like, oh my God, dude, like, holy shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck am I doing to myself? Like,
exactly. Same way, man.
And obviously, and I think the Marine Corps is a little bit different too, because there's a lot of fat shaming, obviously, in the Marine Corps. And
shout out Hanson.
Yeah. that joke was fucking funny, dude. Cows eat grass, dude. That's the funniest one. But yeah, just the fat shaming that's involved with, the culture, that even when you get out and you're overweight, like you still feel like even more of a piece of shit than you were if you were just a normal civilian who happened to be overweight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to compare people's experiences, and maybe people who are civilians are overweight, maybe I'm not going to compare the level of like shit that you feel for yourself, but the level of self-wallow and pity, but like, yeah,
it's different. It really is. It's completely different.
Because now you not only have it coming from, external forces, but you're also having it come from like internal forces.
Exactly.
But a lot of that drive, is good. A lot of that drive.
I gotta wake up like 5 a.m., leave for work and shit. And I spend 11 hours of my day are fucking at work and driving, and get home. And it's like the motivation is still get my ass to the fucking gym after.
Yeah.
Work out for fucking an hour and a half, come back, eat dinner, fucking go to bed, shower, go to bed. It's like,
same fucking thing.
When I can just, maybe I'll just fucking just take this week off, and shit like that. It's like, fuck no, I've got to hold myself fucking accountable.
Yeah.
I keep fucking going.
You know what they say? 7 days without exercise makes 1 week.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually pretty fucking good. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. That's me and Mark.
That's good.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's really good. But so we covered that. We covered the kind of like the mental aspect of things like that. So besides asking for help and going for help, what other advice would you have, not only to like your younger self in the Marines, but like other veterans since you've been out? I think a year more than
4 years,
Yeah, so 4 years, so almost like
2 years. Yeah.
yeah, so 2 years more than Chris and I. Like, what is your healing process kind of look like? What works for you?
So as I had mentioned before, I got on meds.
Mhm.
I was on meds for about 9 months, 10 months. And then I realized, meds aren't for everybody.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. They're not.
And they're not supposed to be a long-term fix either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was going to therapy as well. I was going to talk therapy as well as the meds. I did that at the same time. And then, like you were saying, they make you tired.
Mhm.
So I got off the meds. I quit going to talk therapy. My thing is, if it's finding a hobby, something you really enjoy doing. Like, you can't live without that hobby, bro. Something that you love.
Mhm.
For me, the gym is big. I'm very into motorcycles, as you guys know.
Mhm.
So that's another thing. And just knowing that your darkest days are going to get better, bro. It can only rain for so long.
Yeah.
It can
And
only rain.
and
for
it's
so
only
long, bro.
raining if you're training.
Exactly.
So you're just training for something bigger.
Oh my God, you're exactly right, bro. That's exactly what it is. And I got out. I've struggled like a motherfucker, bro. I've had everything that I wanted and lost it all, and on the come up again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's really what it is, bro. I've had everything that I wanted, and I lost it completely because I started making great money.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I went out and fucked it off. Bam, didn't have shit in my savings account. Well, fucking money for some reason, that shit likes to disappear. I don't know why the fuck that is, but it disappears and then you find yourself stuck at the bottom again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a balance of everything is my other thing. Find a balance, bro. You gotta
find a hobby and find balance.
Exactly, bro. That's exactly what it is. You gotta find it, and hopefully your hobby's not expensive because that balance, that motherfucker.
Your checking balance.
Yeah, the checking balance is not good if your hobby's expensive. Motorcycles expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
But luckily, I found something. I make very good money. I'm cool now. You know what I'm saying? So. You find a hobby, and like I said, bro, it can only rain for so long before it starts shining again.
Yeah.
I mean, not in Ohio because it's snowing right now, but
fucking goddamn, I
like,
was so
you know what
pissed,
I'm
man.
saying?
Is it? It's snowing over there right now?
Yeah, we had nice weather for like a fucking month, and now
Bro,
it's
it's 70 degrees outside. I was outside in a mankini, bro.
bullshit.
I got fucking tan lines on my ass cheeks.
Chris, did you have anything to add to what Denny had to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think the gym is a very important tool for veterans to use, especially Marines, because we were paid athletes pretty much. We were in. We got paid to work out. That was one of the things we always had to stay fit. Whether you're hiking, going on fucking flat runs, boots and utes, your PFT, your CFT. So the gym's always been a good outlet for me, and I think anybody should go to the gym, regardless if you're a veteran or not. I think it helps your body, it helps you mentally, it helps you physically, and it's a great key to help relieve your stress too. It's a big stress release for me to go to the gym too. So that's what I got to add.
My other thing, one more thing. Don't be scared to ask for help, bro. I feel like everyone's so scared to ask for help, bro. Don't be scared to ask for help. Everybody needs help.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Just need a little help from our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets us along.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely we'll wrap it up here. Denny, thank you for coming on, dude. It's exciting.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. It's been long overdue. I've been, I was up at 6:30 this morning. I started drinking because we're the fucking rolling vets, bro. That's what we do. We drink and we have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys for having me on. Good conversation, good people.
Yeah.
I'll have you on again sometime.
Oh yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely a repeat.
Oh yeah. And then how about this week you also reach out to one of your buddies you served with?
Yeah. Do that.
Tell them listen to Rolling the Vets.
yeah, make a weekly reach out. I think.
And
is
like
a
I
good thing.
said, bro,
Yep.
I'm a part of this thing. I know I told you guys, I'm a part of this Facebook group. It's fucking huge, bro. It's
Mhm.
veterans of all fucking. So I'm gonna put that up there. I'm gonna put this up there
Oh yeah.
and definitely gets people to watch. So hopefully we can have some old time vets on here. I'd like to see that, bro.
That'd be awesome.
I
Yeah.
think everybody else would like to too, like old time. And I'm talking old time, like World War II vets type shit.
I mean, a lot of those guys are dead, but we could definitely do like Vietnam era for sure.
There's one on here. There's one World War II vet on here.
Oh really?
He's like 98 years old or some shit.
Oh shit. He smokes. Did he smoke?
I'm sure he does. Fuck,
Probably. I would hope so.
Killing fucking zipper heads. No, I'm just kidding, bro. That was fucked up. But
Oh, shit.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna put that up there and hopefully we can get some going.
Yeah, definitely for that. Well, here we are. You stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you for listening. We want our listeners to know that if your pack becomes too heavy, don't drop it. The Veteran Crisis Hotline can be reached at 1-800-273-8255. If you'd like to enjoy more content, don't forget to subscribe, Semper Fi, and keep rolling on.
Yet.
Yeah.
I still want to get someone else to fucking like read the intro one time.
I'll read it next time.
Hey, bro, I wanted to read the intro, man.